Pro Boxing fans, we're here in London. Ben Shalom, you've hosted many press conferences, but I'm sure when you've looked around today, you thought, bloody hell, this is one of a kind.
Yeah, mad turnout as well.
Big turnout means that everyone's interested in the card, right?
Yeah, crazy card. Surreal. I'm here as a fan, really. The fights are unbelievable. Obviously, it's a massive night for Josh Buatsi, but it's an incredible time to be involved in boxing. Saturday night, the Ring Magazine Awards. It was a fantastic weekend for us with Caroline and Callum doing so well. But it's crazy to think where we started and being involved in events like this. It's phenomenal card, and I'm looking forward to it.
Let's talk about Josh Buatsi, Callum Smith. Eddie sort of mentioned it there. That fight itself could sell out the M&S Bank in Liverpool or the O2 down here. It's a huge fight, man. It's a huge fight, and I think it's placed a little bit further down the bill, which is really weird.
It is weird. I think it puts an extra pressure on the fighters to perform, to put in big statements, and to show themselves. It's hard to stand out on a card like this. And Josh Buatsi knows that, and I know that he's going for the stoppage. He's the type of fighter that, for me, raises his game based on who he's in the ring with. I think that's been consistent throughout all his career. He sort of glided through, coasted through. Sometimes in fights he could make statements and sort of just switches off sometimes, but you can't switch off against Callum Smith, and that's what makes me excited. It's like, this is now his level. This is now a level where he can prove he's an elite fighter, and it's going to be a big night for him on February 22nd.
Ben, when you sit on that top table, you see two of your rivals in Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, and you're having discussions with both sort of teams in regards to fighters that you want to see. You want to see Ben. We want to see Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron. We've seen the statement that Queensbury put out. What's the latest in regards to that? What's your response in regards to that statement that they put out?
The response to that is just so many things have been said that aren't true. To try and embarrass us or disrupt us. The fact that it was claimed that this is Ben Whittaker's highest purse, or anywhere near his purse, or that they're valuing the fight more, or that we're not doing the best for our fighter, that's very damaging, and it's not true. And we're all on exactly the same page. And what Liam Cameron earns is nothing to do with what Ben Whittaker earns. And I can't understand the correlation. We can make a offer for Liam Cameron, they can make an offer for Ben Whittaker, but what those two earn is nothing to do with each other. I don't really get when people say, oh, you should match it. Match what? Match what?
Obviously, things are a bit frosty. Obviously, that statement's come out. Seems like things are frosty from the outside. How are we going to resolve this? How is this situation going after
the fight's there if they want the fight. I've seen people hear what they want to hear. I've had this so many times now. I think Eddie's even in trouble for probably being reasonable with us and being fights. They're trying to disrupt us, and they're trying to make us look stupid in front of the public, and people hang on every word they say. It doesn't make sense. The fight's there if they want the fight. It's a number that they asked for, and now that's changed, and okay, we can talk about that, but what Liam Cameron's earning is nothing to do with what Ben Whittaker's earning. Ben Whittaker, they don't. This whole matching thing doesn't make any sense. It's like you representing, and I've said it there, you represent Pulev, I represent AJ. You say, oh, we're willing to. I say offer you £1 million. You say, oh, we're willing to pay Pulev $1.5 million. Great, but against who? What should we just match that? And then you say that, and then it's like Pulev's manager say, well, we're willing to pay AJ more than you are. No, you're not. You have no idea. It's just absolute nonsense, and that's it. And so, yeah, it's frustrating, but I'm used to it. It is what it is.
You're saying you're used to it. How much are you how much do you feel it? Because it seems
not anymore. Used to, but now I'm used to it. Maybe when you're 26, 27, just getting in the game, etc., etc. But now it is what it is. But what I won't stand is for it anymore. I think it's it is what it is. But we won't stand for it anymore. The fight's there if they want it, or if not, just move on. It's as simple as that. How
close are we to the announcement for Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr.?
Hopefully very close, but you know, we're not over the finish line yet.
Actually, I think John, my colleague, actually asked Conor, and he said, listen, Ben's saying, as long as there's no stupidity, the fight should happen. And his response is, why you listen to Ben Shalom for anyway? But is that the case? As long as there's no silliness, and there's probably normal clauses and contracts that maybe the fight gets across the line?
Yeah, I think we're close. I don't really want to talk about it. I don't. Let's let it get over the line and let it be announced properly. But fingers crossed. It's a ridiculously big occasion, and I appreciate why everyone wants to ask about it. But until it's close now.
Listen, I'm not going to ask any more questions. I don't want to ruin it because I want to see that fight. Right. Last one, Martin McCauley. Talk to me. When are we going to hear the announcement? Because we know he's going to be on the show with you guys very soon, and then there's a whole AJ thing going on in the background. Just talk to me about Martin, man. He excites me.
Yeah. It's so exciting because he's waited. Now the profile's big. Everyone's talking about him. It's been ages getting to that point, and he's got the fight's locked in. We're ready to go, but he's one fight away from becoming a world champion. One fight before he can fight for a world title. No one can hide. And that's the best thing about it. No one can hide, and everyone wants to hide. And they've all been running around trying to stop him, trying to block him, trying to delay him, trying to this, trying to that, because they know how good he is. But thank you to His Excellency, thank you to Turkey Al Sheikh, thank you to boxing, thank you to the IBF, because luckily the sport can work out well sometimes, and it should be meritocratic. The best fighters should get to the top, and he's now going to get to the top, and hopefully he can stay there.
Big up Turkey Al Sheikh for making fight fans happy, making us happy, making fighters fight each other, which might have not happened in the past, So, listen, big things are happening in boxing. Ben Shalom, you are part of these big things. Look forward to hearing that announcement, which hopefully comes soon.
So am I, hopefully.
Ben Shalom, thank you very much, mate.